In 1462, Europe witnesses a transformation deeper than any political upheaval or any ecclesiastical reform. Beneath the surface of manuscripts, academies, and humanist circles, a silent revolution is unleashed. Two ancient voices return, Plato and Aristotle. But this time, they return without the chains of theology. This is the moment when autonomous philosophy emerges, and the medieval world begins to crack. For centuries, Christianity, Judaism, and even Islam had lived inside a single intellectual architecture. From the LXX onward, religion absorbed Greek conceptual categories. Paul universalized Christian doctrine using philosophical anthropology. The Church Fathers formalized theology with Platonic metaphysics. Medieval Islam fused Aristotle with revelation through Avicenna and Averroes. And Aquinas produced the high medieval synthesis, an Aristotle purified and made safe for theology. But the Aristotle rediscovered in the 15th century is not the Aristotle of Aquinas. He is not the Aristotle trimmed by councils. The Aristotle who returns in 1462 is the original pre-Christian mind, the one who asks no permission from revelation. Logic without theology, epistemology without revelation, ethics without covenant, metaphysics without God, knowledge without scripture. His return tears open the foundations of the medieval worldview. And here, Francesco Petrarch stands as the man who first cracks open the ancient world. Long before Ficino's academy, Petrarch recovers manuscripts, challenges scholastic Latin, and insists on a return ad fontes to the original sources. He is the one who breaks the monopoly of medieval commentary. Petrarch does not yet destroy the old system, but he weakens its walls. He opens the door. Ficino and his academy push that door wide open, and from behind it, autonomous philosophy floods in. In Florence, under Cosimo de' Medici's patronage, Ficino begins translating Plato, Plotinus, and eventually Aristotle himself, not as tools for sermons, but as independent authorities. Around him, a generation of humanists rises, philologists, textual critics, scholars for whom Greek is not a theological accessory, but a scientific instrument. They restore grammar, rhetoric, and logic to levels unseen since antiquity. Through them, philology becomes science, logic becomes method, reason becomes authority, and man becomes the center of intellectual life. This is the break that makes 1462 different from anything before it. The Alexandrian synthesis, the philosophical empire described by the Little Horn, had previously conquered religion. It reshaped Judaism through the LXX, 280 BC, reshaped Christianity through Paul and imperial canonization, reshaped Islam through the Arabic reception of Aristotle and Plato. But in every era, philosophy served religion. It strengthened doctrine. It justified hierarchy. It reinforced metaphysical cosmology. It gave religion intellectual weight and imperial reach. 162 reverses the relationship. For the first time, philosophy stops serving religion and begins to dominate it. It analyzes the church instead of defending it. It interrogates dogma rather than receiving it. It judges scripture rather than being judged by scripture. This is why 1462 is not merely the Renaissance. It is the beginning of independent knowledge. And this is where Revelation 9 comes alive. The smoke of the abyss is not superstition or darkness. It is the release of an intellectual force that had been sealed under medieval theology for 1,000 years. The abyss opens when ancient reasoning, pure autonomous reasoning, returns. Once this smoke fills Europe, nothing remains the same. From autonomous Aristotelian logic emerges the scientific method. From philology emerges biblical criticism. From human-centered inquiry emerges modern identity. From intellectual freedom emerges political freedom. This is the real beginning of the modern world. The consequences are immediate and structural. The Church's intellectual authority collapses. Revelation is no longer the reference point for knowledge. The medieval cosmology breaks. Humanism stops being poetry and becomes system, methodical, structured, academic. Universities shift from monastic control to civic and secular patronage. The notion of a man defined by church hierarchy gives way to the notion of a man defined by reason. And yet, as autonomous philosophy rises, the old system prepares its response. Because the Church recognizes the threat. It senses that Aristotle unchained is more dangerous than Luther will ever be. It sees that philology, once fully mature, can dismantle doctrinal authority more efficiently than any army. So the system prepares a counterforce, one that will not appear until 1540, the Jesuit order, the locust response, designed to enter the realm of autonomous learning and contain it from within. But in 1462 itself, the change has only begun. There are no condemnations yet. No inquisitions against scholars, no decrees against Greek manuscripts. The revolution is almost invisible. It happens in the quiet turning of pages, in the reconstruction of grammar, in the recovery of vocabulary, in the first moments when the original Aristotle speaks again after a millennium of silence. In that silent moment, the medieval world ends. The philosophical church begins to lose its intellectual throne. Year 1462. AD is therefore the true beginning of modernity, and this eruption of autonomous philosophy leads us to our next episode, 1540 AD, when the Jesuits rise and the locusts of Revelation 9 take shape.